Hi, everybody. Hey, it's Ryan Charnock from CDH with another 5 Minute Friday. Today, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about teams and governance. So, the scenario I want to look at is the scenario of having large teams, okay, and managing these. So, if your teams are like family, and that's kind of how they end up being, when my family gets together, there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of people. Okay. And so, how do you begin to manage all the people and all the membership of it and all the noise that can generate from such large teams? Those are really the two issues we really want to focus on is all the chatty noisiness and then the membership management. So let's start with the noise part. So two good little settings that you can add into your large scoped teams is you can make it so that the general channel is off limits to folks. So you can make it so that only owners can post to that. So right here, that option. Or you can at least give them a warning saying that, hey, by the way, if you do post here, it is going to go to everyone because everyone is part of that particular channel. So that way it's a little like, are you sure you want to use your outside voice inside? All right. So that's kind of fun. So that's the general channel. The other option you can do is you can configure what type of mentions are allowed or enabled within that team. Now, traditional mentions is you can mention someone by name. Hey, Megan, what's going on? And you can do @Megan Tassani, and you can ping people. Then you can also do @mentions for a channel so that everybody within that channel can get notified. But then you also have a third scope where you can say @ and then you put the team name and everyone gets notified. So basically, this is like an all company or a whole group distribution list. Now, one of the things or benefits of teams is we're trying to reduce kind of that large scale notifications email, kind of the all company email. We just don't want to just trade that problem for an all mentioning whole team thing. So this is one of the settings I really like is you can just change this right here. We can say, hey, show the members. They can't do the team mentioning, but they can maybe mention channel, but you have the ability of disabling that. Now, if you're wondering where are these settings, let me show you really quickly. These settings are found directly right into the settings for that team. So here I have a very large team called MASH. I can see I have a lot of members inside of it. It's chunking through it. It shows me my channels. And then if I go over to settings, this is where I find the settings I'm just referring to. So this is where I find the membership permission. And this is where I can zoom in here. I can show you my general channel settings. Okay, that's really cool. And then this is also where I'm going to find my mentioning settings where then I can I'll zoom in. And you can see what can be configured here. So it's on a team by team basis that those two settings can be done. Okay, so those are two options to consider to really manage the noise factor of large scale teams. Now, what about membership management? Okay, so how do you now deal with the fact that there's certain people coming in, there's certain people coming out? Okay, how do you deal with that guy? Well, let's go look at a scenario. Okay. The solution you can have here is you can set up what's called an org-wide team. That means anybody that's in your organization is automatically added to the team. You do not have to manage the membership at all. It's just everyone that's in there. So, like, for example, we have at our firm, we have a team that is where we start up little projects for different clients. Really, it's anybody can do it, and every channel is a different project that we iterate through. So we don't really want to manage the membership and have to go through and add a person, add a person, add a person, add a person, add a person. If somebody is now moved on to a different opportunity, remove them. So what we want to set up there is what's called an org-wide team. Now this is a new setting or a new feature. It's still being rolled out to different tenants. It's not rolled into my tenant, and it's not rolled into even the demo tenant that I've used. And so you can see here, if I zoom in, you can see that we traditionally have, when you create a team, you have privacy of private, members only, and then public, anyone can join. And then here is the third option that you can see called an org-wide, right? Now, this will only show up for certain users. Org-wide only show up for global admins. And it's only if your organization is under 2,500 users. So if you are not a global admin and you come from a really large organization, well, you can just forget this part of my presentation because it totally doesn't apply to you. But maybe that'll change over time, and good to know. So with that, guys, these are some good tips on managing and governing your teams if you have large membership and excuse me, teams that have a large amount of membership inside them. Solution 1, manage the chattiness, the noise, okay, by mentioning in the general channel and hide that. Second thing is then manage the membership management by using org-wide teams in those scenarios. All right, so thanks a lot, guys. This is Ryan with another 5-Minute Friday. If you want to connect with me, I'd love to hear your questions. I'm on Twitter at RyanCharnock9, and then this is a link to the documentation where you can find out more about the org-wide teams that Microsoft's now releasing into your tenant coming soon. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.